All right, welcome to episode 92 of the People's Podcast. We're going to be doing things a little different this time around. This time around, instead of my dog Dooley here asking the questions, he's going to be the one getting interviewed. How you doing today, Dooley?
I woke up today. I ain't gonna complain.
That's what's up. All right, man. So, how you let's get it started with what we was talking about a little bit earlier before we started the podcast. How you feeling about that shooting that occurred in Boston?
Um, you said Boston or was it it was Buffalo?
Buffalo, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You raised some interesting points as well. I was thinking like maybe they say allegedly. They have to say allegedly, but if it was one of us, they were like they did it, and they would have did a mug shot and everything. But my man's had a GoPro and he had actually a AR-15 that was labeled. I don't want to believe it, like I said, but I mean, he was like on the butt of the barrel, on the butt of the gun, the stock was like, "This is y'all reparations." It kind of touched bases on. We wouldn't be ready for that anyway. Do you think it's enough money to have reparations for everything that everybody's been through? That's my point on it. Like, I mean, what will we get? 2 acres in a
Yeah.
pit bull, you know?
But see, though, reparations ain't necessarily got to be in the form of money.
It could be in the form of education as well, which I would prefer that instead of money because we gonna splurge.
Yeah, money without the education on how to handle it is useless.
Okay, then and okay, education educate you on how to manage your money.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's definitely something that I really would agree on.
Mm-hmm. What about Now I know you were been saying earlier that that Buffalo incident was like one of a few things that had happened recently. What else been going on?
Well, there was a guy that there was actually a few shootings and stuff like that, and then we still actually going through after the in the wake of the Rittenhouse incident, the verdict. We still going through. They still going through. The guy that shot the kids in school. That's still going on right now at this point. So I think I made it best when I posted. We can't stop shootings, so we might as well not go to supermarkets, church, school, any outdoor outings or anything. That's how you stop it, right? Just being facetious, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They made it hard on people to purchase bullets. Which kills people, the gun or the bullet or the person? It
It's
depends
the
on your
person.
it depends on your outlook or how you want to stop it. And that's my point of view perspective on it. They used to do 7 day, what was it, 7 day gun laws and stuff like that. Now it's sped up where the background checks you get something to go like right on the spot.
Mm-hmm. But it's like you said though, what's really the killer? Is it the gun? Is it the bullet? Or is it the person that could just as easily use something other than a gun?
I would say it's the person. That's what needs to be rehabilitated and reassessed. Because who operates any of those? That person, of course. That's just my outlook. Though.
Because I've never seen a weapon do anything without human interference.
Yeah, or interaction, absolutely. Any way, shape, form, or fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Even a ammo distillery combine or anything
Mm-hmm.
can catch fire, but it's something to do with human error, any shape, form, or
Mm-hmm.
fashion. Also,
Listen, because I could have a fully loaded gun with no safety sitting right here next to me, pointed dead at me. And as long as don't nothing happen to that gun, I'm in no danger.
yeah, well, you are in danger when you possess it, and certain people know you possess it. That's another thing too. Like
Yeah.
on a federal gun check, I feel like they know you own this type of weapon, so you pop up in a database when they're searching for certain people. And then if
This is
somebody,
true.
and then someone knows that you have that, they not coming to play with you because they know you ain't playing. So they gonna get the job done because they know you have it. That's why it's never a cool thing. That's why I felt about open carry though. If somebody know you have it, then you're the target.
Exactly. And see, here's my theory on gun control. And I want to see whether or not, like, how you see this, right? I don't feel like gun control is about the guns. It's about the control.
It's about people.
Because let me give you that the Buffalo shooting, right? Imagine if everybody in that market legally had a gun on them. It might have still been a couple of deaths, nowhere near as many as it was.
Yeah, but when you go to a supermarket, you don't think about dying or get shot by a gunman until this day and age. When you go to school, you don't think about getting shot, getting your education. When you're in church, you're definitely not thinking about getting shot. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I made the statement of let's just stop doing that. It sounds ludicrous. I was just being facetious, but at the same time, it's the person that actually does that needs to be in control. Like, because I mean, social media makes us aware of certain things that happen. It's been happening. But at the end of the day, we're aware now. So you being aware of something, why wouldn't you try to do something about it?
Mm-hmm. I said though,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
I was just
gonna say.
Go ahead, man. My bad.
All right. Because I was gonna ask is gun control really the answer though? Because again, as we stated earlier, like somebody could always, just as easily as they can go use a gun, go use something else.
Yeah, but
I can go in my backyard and make a bow and arrow, and I ain't got to report nothing to nobody.
Yeah, but at the same time, you use that bow and arrow, you pulling back. That's one person you got. After somebody seeing somebody get shot with a bow and arrow, niggas ain't finna let you get another bow to shoot another motherfucker. You finna get tackled, traumatized, and everything. Like
I don't know, because 9/11 happened with some dudes with some box cutters.
Yeah, but at the same time, they got fought too. That's why
on one of the planes.
Well,
on one of the planes.
That's something. That's a whole nother episode. I promise you, that's a whole nother episode. Because we're not even clear on the targets. We're not even clear on what hit what. Because some people might say they blew up their own shit with missile or bombs and stuff like that. So that's a whole nother shitload of shit to even to be even thinking about right now. You know?
Yeah. You know, so I was just thinking that, and then because I don't know, because I just still kind of question is it the gun control that we really need to be looking about, or do we need to be looking at the mental state of our society?
That's first and
because the
foremost.
fact that we live, because the mental state of our society is all messed up.
That's first and foremost. The mental state of anything in America is all jacked up. The perception is jacked up, and then racism is also jacked up. So that clears out a lot of stuff though too. Mental health is always a first and foremost thing. Like, I think it's something mentally wrong with you if you feel your skin color makes you superior to others.
Absolutely.
Something is wrong with you in your head. So I have to agree on that.
But that's also a taught behavior.
Of course. But we can't teach better.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, though, like some people, they in their ways. You go to people that's older than us, our grandparents, great-great-grandparents, they in their ways, black and white. You know what I'm saying? So, the thing is, you have to realize that like it's a mental behavior, it's a taught behavior, People going to do things like that in general, period. Just out of mental illness and stuff like that. Something has to be wrong with you to think that ideology
is true and acceptable.
Yeah. I started this podcast. It was in a. It was an idea. It started from an idea, mind you.
Okay.
It was a thing we used to do. Me and my homeboy, we grab some wangs from Express, and then just go to the man cave. We just sit and just talk, kick it, sit back, talk shit. You know what I'm saying? And then we were thinking like, damn, other people need to hear this conversation too. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, I came up with the bright idea, like, let's start a podcast. And then it caught momentum. It was like, well, damn, you know, that sounds like a good idea. Then it started, and then honestly, I haven't looked back since. I mean, me personally, I was in the entertainment business before before
yeah,
COVID.
I remember you mentioning something like that about that before.
Yeah, I was in the entertainment business before COVID, and it was like, okay, it's great. Then lockdown. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? People were making a lot of money doing shit online because people had to be in the house. People were getting a lot of views because people had to be in the house. You know what I'm saying? People get bored, so they watch stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what I ended up doing was I got people together like, this is safe. I can't catch COVID from you. You can't catch it from me. You know what I'm saying? So and it kind of grew in a sense. And then I was like, you know what? This is cool. And it's not for any fame or anything. It's just to have people have a relationship with people that think likewise or think different wise. It's all love regardless. You know what I'm saying?
And open up dialect, because a lot of the things that have been talked about on this podcast, as you know, I haven't seen every episode, but I catch them when I can. You know, I go back and rewatch the ones that I'm not able to jump on. But the things that be talked about on this podcast, man, are like these are really deep issues that pertain not just to any particular community in general, like specifically.
Absolutely. And that's my whole point. Like at any given time, I will have a guest from another country. I have a guest from a local guest. I have a guest from across the country. But the thing is, though, it's all a melting pot of ideology and stuff like that. It gives you a better aspect of, you know, a person can actually live and die in their own hood and live to be a ripe age, never go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You can learn something and you can't learn something from that person. But you know, my thing is, I didn't want to be local. I did not, and that's not my goal to be local. If I meet people around me in my vicinity, they not meant to be local. You know what I'm saying? It's something they have to offer to share that's for the masses, though. At the same time, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. What would you say? What would you say your primary message that you're getting across, that you're trying to get across overall with the podcast is?
Okay, look behind me. People's podcast. You see that logo? You see the three fists, right?
Yep.
You see that microphone in the middle fist?
Yep.
You see those three different colors?
Yep.
That represents skin. And then on the back of on the hoodies and stuff, it's a white fist too. You know, it's everybody. But my whole goal is to have everybody's input and we all communicate as one and move as one. And then the world will be a better place. And at the same time, we can enjoy each other's company and have fun on this podcast.
That's what's up, man.
And so far, we've been doing great with doing that. You know what I'm saying? And then like I got walking billboards around here. Literally, my closest and dearest, like they share that same message. But people got to understand though, like it's not supremacy. It's everybody united. You know
And
what I'm
at the
saying?
end of the,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
because that's what it's all about, man. At the end of the day, because, like you said, you can learn something from anybody. Even the
Absolutely.
person with no life experience, you can learn something from them.
Exactly.
Mhm. You know, and I think that with what you're doing here, man, is in today's culture of hate and introversion is really, I feel it's really important, man, and you definitely are to be commended for it.
Yeah, my work ain't done yet though. People got the gist of it now, and as you know, I go through all avenues of getting people attention,
Yeah.
all avenues. So, but I mean, that's just the way my approach to it. If I can catch your eye on something, I get your attention, we could talk about something. We have a conversation. And the thing is, when you have conversations with certain people, it depends on who it is. I swear it depends on who it is. They would, if you listen, they might change your ideology of certain things. Like me personally, what happened to me recently, um, you saw the models I had, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I stopped doing that. You know why? Because someone very close and dear to me told me, you don't have to do that. You know, I did a social experiment. When I speak positivity on all my stories and stuff like that, it's not as many views, not twice or half or quarter of views I get when I do the models go on it. So I was like, you know what? Okay, all right, I got it. People want to see ass and titties, I get it. But at the end of the day, like, who do I really want to reach?
That. Mm.
You know, because I mean, for somebody that want to see that, a nut is a nut, and then that's done. They done with it. Like when you spark a thought in somebody's brain, that goes on for life.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like so they got to me and it made me realize that because this is my first time doing it. I don't have a handbook to do it or anything. I try to study and everything, but my road is my road. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you won't be seeing that anymore. But people can inbox me if they want to contact those people for any purposes or anything. Just let me know, and then I'll make it happen. But other than that, you won't see it on my end. On my end, I'm done with it. I saw the effectiveness of it, and it was effective, but
As far as you, but how effective was it, truthfully?
truthfully, it helped them
Because
more
how
than it
many
helped
people?
me.
I was about to say, like, how many people did it really bring into the podcast?
No, it helped them. They doing it real big right now. So it didn't help me as much as it helped them. It got somebody to look at my shit, but now you know they reaping the benefits of it, which I love it too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They get money from that. So okay, you know, but you know some people. I had a lot of people of backlash about it, like okay, pimp, and it's not like no, this is what they want.
That's
You know what
it.
I'm saying? That's what they wanted to do, and it benefited them. So who won? I got the attention, but they got the money.
You know, and kind of using that into a jump off down another avenue. How do you feel about the current attitude towards sex work? Now we know sex work in whatever form it's in, whether it's actual straight up prostitution or stripping and escorting, we know this the oldest hustle alive.
Mm-hmm.
Like this hustle been around since civilization was around.
Mm-hmm. I have a
But it
very
seems to but
very
it
strong
seems to
opinion about it. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
but it seems to me like this like it gets a like the opinions on both ends are, you know, it's always extreme. It's either I absolutely 100% hate it or support it 100% to the point where if you disrespect a sex worker, I might go to jail. And I was
Right.
just wondering what your opinion on the current, like just how you look at it, both sex work in itself and the current attitude towards sex work.
All right. Well, I look at this like anything else. We talk about people that do mass shootings and stuff like that, allegedly. But I mean, a person is a person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not going nowhere. If I'm offended about it, if I don't believe in it, it's still gonna be here. way before I'm here and way after I'm gone. That's going to happen. My theory is like, and you should watch that episode because I have a special episode I actually done with the sex worker over the year. You can actually go back and
Which
refer
episode
to.
was it? I'll go back and look it up.
It is actually some artful artwork on that too. You'll notice when you see it. But it was a real clear cut conversation. Like there's no difference. There's no difference. And then people say, "Oh, it's a harmless crime." You have to be careful with everything you do. I don't say it's harmless. I would not say it's harmless because people don't protect themselves as like they should. So it's not
I
harmless.
can agree with that.
It's not harmless when you got this guy picking up trolls on Michigan Ave and then has a whole family at home and then takes some home to his wife. It's not a victimless crime. You have to understand that. But in moderation and responsibility, there's everything for something you want. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But my idea on it is if you can, and that's to anybody, male or female, if you can profit off something for minimal work, then I would say it's good. But minimum work doesn't mean low expectations. You have to actually be good at something at what you do, and you have to be good at something besides that too. Because with any other profession, you have to have a plan A through Z.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that might not work. You know, you might be out of order for a certain thing or this and that, and then the shit doesn't give
you might just decide you want to do something else,
and you have to know what you want to do, and you can't keep doing shit for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And then money isn't everything. Happiness is the most. You have to realize that too. But like I said, like everything isn't promised to you. Nobody owes you anything. So however you want to go out and get it, make it the best way and make it the most appeasing to you. Because what I found out through my research, 85, 90% of them don't. If they could do something else, they would. People don't realize that. You never see anybody love getting thrown out of cars, love getting fucking kidnapped, beat, abused, and shit like that. You don't see that.
Mm-hmm. There's a and kind of speaking on that, a transgender friend of mine put me up on a movie called Tangerine, and I'm actually suggesting that you, if you haven't seen it already, and the people on this podcast, if y'all watching this episode, if y'all haven't seen it already, go check it out. It's on Netflix. But it kind of like it's about trans women, but they're sex workers, and so it kind of gives like an insight into kind of what you were talking about. Like it shows the mentality and the emotion behind what they're doing. Because like there was a conversation in one of the scenes where the girl was even saying like, I want to be out here doing this, but this is what's getting my bills paid.
Yeah, but if you and I'm sorry, this is my input, but you can put that much effort into something you want to do, it'll pay more. I promise. Mm-hmm. You don't go the easy route with everything, you know, quick buck. Don't ever go that easy route with something that you can do. Go that easy route, make some sacrifices, and do what you want to do. And it also pans out, and then you can actually teach people going forward though too. Of what not to do, what I had to go through to do. It and to me, it don't even look good. There's no glamour in it. And maybe I got older, but drug dealing, there's no glamour in it.
There's no longevity in it.
Definitely not. It's designed for you to lose, first and foremost. The game is rigged. So
I don't know no drug dealers that made millions and retired.
I know some that stopped and did something else.
Yeah. I know plenty that like said I'm done. But the ones that stayed in it, that was talking about this is what I do for life, is either dead or locked up.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's what it is though. But I'm me personally, I'll throw this in myself. This is a bonus. Me, I'm for the people. That's another thing too. It doesn't matter what race, color, religion, sexuality, or anything. I'm for the people. And I'm for the people to have their own input because me as a person, I didn't always have a voice. You know what I'm saying? And when you don't have a voice, that's the most frightening thing that could ever happen to somebody. Not have a voice in any type of situation, and everything, and just have to deal with shit just because.
Definitely
You know,
is.
and then they say closed mouths don't get fed, but at the same time, this world not listening to nobody that's not doing shit extra. This world not listening.
Exactly.
This world not listening to people that's actually speaking with sense.
Uh-uh.
So
Think about just how many people that you might know, that you know personally, or underground rappers that you know, got mad talent, mad skill, but because they coming with a positive message and not a sell drugs and kill up the net and kill the whole neighborhood message, their music just ain't going nowhere.
I think about that, and the thing is, what else I also think about is the people that's not reached, the people that's waiting for that type of music, and when it's good too. On top of that, you'll take a listen. I feel like this: if somebody can get swayed to black music by Old Town Road, they can get swayed to some positive music about something you're going through daily.
But it's not. I said that to say it's not what's pushed. It's not what's exciting.
Well, the thing
Because
is,
unfortunately,
we push what's relevant in what we listen to.
That's what I was going. That's what I was going to say. Because I was going to say, unfortunately, listen, music artists, the music that's being pushed by the consumers is the stuff that's exciting, the stuff that's talking about how I just sold 13 and a half bricks. But I ain't tell you about how I got indicted. But what these rappers that's talking about how they sold bricks for 13 years and was moving bricks overseas, and what they ain't telling you is how when the indictments came down, all they homeboys switched up on them. And what they ain't telling you about is how all the times they had to move their mama out the hood because people was running up in. See, like we're like the consumer, people love it. People love excitement, and so I feel like a lot of people feed off of that and prey on that, without giving the real.
The real is, and honestly, and I'm be very very candid and truthful about this. People love excitement, they do, but at the same time, they're going to learn either way what excitement to like. What excitement is not excitement; it's just stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
People have a bloodlust watching fight videos, but at the same time, something inspirational come on. That's a whole different way to move, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
So excitement might be something that you did personally in your life, your goals. That's excitement. But excitement as far as drama, you can live without it. People want to see, but then a camera only show you so much.
That's what that's absolutely true too. Because like I said, what you don't hear on the flip side of these records is the long cold nights in that cell by yourself.
And then getting pulled from your mansion, your estate, the luxury of that, and then you have to be behind a cell when somebody tell you to eat, sleep, piss, shit, and can't leave out. That's a whole different setting.
You drinking the same water and brushing your teeth with the same water that you're shitting and pissing in.
That's a perspective that should make people think certain things. But you see the OGs, some OGs would be like, well, yeah, you got to handle this like this and that. No, that's a cycle of that's a curse. That's a cycle.
It's called insanity.
It's insane. But at the end of the day, you got to realize what's good for you and what's not, and then how you educate these people and how you educate your youngsters and stuff like that. You got to let them know what's good and what's not from what you've been through.
Yeah, absolutely. No, So would you agree with me when I say the mentality of it takes a village needs to come back?
Well, no, the village is fucked up now. We have to individually be fucking parents. We have to individually be good neighbors. We have to individually be good people. The village was that. The village won't be back anymore anytime soon. The village is within ourselves. The village should be the people you associate yourself with, that you find and deem trustworthy. The village just doesn't happen. People have motives regardless. You got to understand that.
So how do we go about raising up a generation with good and righteous motives?
Giving people stuff to do, good and righteous. If idle mind is the devil playground. Remember that. You know that. So
yeah, absolutely.
So when you okay, like me with people I work with that are kids and stuff, I give them a goal or something that makes it fun or something like that. Then when they do it, they be like, "Damn, I did it." Then they catch on, and then they spread the word. Then they spread it like with people in their surrounding and stuff like that, and then you can incorporate it into life. That's one thing I did do. I made sure I did when I was in my job and when I'm in my job and everything. I make sure you can take some away from what you learned here and go out anywhere and be successful. And I think that's a part of me that makes me a good person, a good manager and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it backfires too. You can give the right person the wrong love, and you get the wrong person the right love. So
see, I feel like there's no such thing as giving the right love to the wrong person. Because even if that person misuses and abuses that love with you,
it's called wasting time.
But here's the thing: I'm gonna play devil's advocate with this question, right? How do you know that even though they misused and abused your love and hurt you, that they didn't do that just because they didn't know what love is or how to love? But now, with the proper love that you just showed them, you done planted the seed in their mind. So now a part of them does know what real love and good love looks like. So that later on down the road, when they begin their journey of healing and themselves, now they got a reference point. Now they'll be able to love.
I can explain that to a T. That person that got the wrong person that got the right love, they didn't appreciate, went on about things, slandered me, stuff like that. They actually had a chance, and then they didn't do the chance, and now they're back in the same boat. And then who do they revert to? Who do they revert back to? It's always me. Obviously, they knew they got it, but they don't know, like, my skin is only so thick. You know what I'm saying? My teaching and my loyalty is to somebody that's loyal to me. You're gonna go out there and make mistakes, but if you intentionally make the wrong mistakes and then thinking everything is okay in my eyes, no, it's not. And each one teach one. That's the whole thing. You have to play each person individually, because this person not gonna be like this person. Everybody different, but at the same time, you see the same game getting played or trying to get played or getting ran. Yeah. Everybody different, but it's all the same game.
This is true.
And another thing, though, when you give somebody a chance when they come back to you, you know when they're humble. You definitely know when they're humble. And that's something that I can't teach nobody. Only thing I can do is be original and sincere in everything I do.
So, question now is this: how do we stop ourselves from becoming bitter and just like fuck everybody full of shit from those repeated experiences?
I got the medicine. I tell you,
got exactly the medicine.
I got the medicine. Sticky as other icky. Some shit, some shit, you just gotta let go. I see. Some shit you just gotta let go, man. Because that's the only way you're gonna know. When you let go of shit, if it comes back, it's yours. If it don't, then it's out there. But your intentions will make you sleep better at night. You got to understand that. And I sleep damn good. Knowing anybody I come into contact with, I mean the most positive and everything that the most high could actually bring to someone. Because I mean, I go out of my way. It's inconvenience though. You have to know that. It just me. I'm not just looking out for me. I'm looking out for a whole flock. You got to understand it's an inconvenience. You know, I'm missing out on personal stuff, trying to make sure everybody's successful. You understand that? And I say that with a clear conscience, looking at my daughter right now. Everything I do is for her, literally.
Absolutely.
Just so when she stepped foot out of this world, I made a difference. You know, and karma comes back tenfold.
Every time.
So and I never got this passionate about this, but since you interviewing me and shit, so I gotta be you know what I'm talking
about. My voice do not sound like that.
Man.
But yeah, man. So, man, not gonna lie, it's a little harder to interview. If I'd have,
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's just because I wasn't. It's just because I wasn't expecting it and wasn't prepared. That's all that is.
That's all. Oh, that's all that was. Okay, you need to stretch a little bit. Go ahead, stretch a little bit. You know.
No, I'm just saying, if I'd have had a day or so, I could have had some questions already prepared.
Of course, but I'm just like okay.
I'm just shooting from the hip. I'm just shooting from the hip based on conversations that we've had before.
But at the end of the day, you asking me stuff that nobody ever asked me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Everything you catch, everything you caught on these episodes, no one ever asked. I have an opinion about stuff, but usually what I do is I ask other people shit. That's what I do. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna ask you, what's your first perception of how you thought of me when I met you?
When I first met you,
we're not gonna get into details. We just gonna
listen. I was just like,
not the situation of what was happening.
No. Listen, no. I already know that, but I'm not gonna lie. When I first met you, I was like, dude seemed a little weird, but he all right. He cool people.
Thank you for being honest, because I am a little weird. And the only reason I'm a little weird,
listen, weirdos, we make the world go round.
Yeah, and
life would be.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, life would be boring as hell without your weirdo friend that just popped up like, hey man, let's go on this random adventure right quick.
And that's basically what I did to you. It's been an adventure.
It has. It has. Touche.
You know, but yeah, that's what I am. It's weird. I'm a weirdo. Yeah, I'm different. Yeah, but I do what works for me.
Absolutely, man. And at the end of the day, how did moth get in you?
The light.
At the end of
they're looking for the light. They're seeking the light.
Yeah, but listen, all the doors is closed, all the windows is closed, which means there's a crack in the door or window somewhere.
What do moths eat?
I don't know.
You don't know? Moths eat clothes.
Oh. That's what they eat?
Yeah.
I ain't know. Oh, man.
But, yeah, I mean, and people say that about me until they know me. And they know, like, I'm a level-headed person.
Listen, man, I feel like weird has a bad connotation attached to it.
No, bro, I'm weird. Like, you know that. I say certain shit that people don't think about until I say it.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, as far as society is concerned, weird has like a negative. Weird doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. Weird just means different from the norm. Listen, let's be honest. I'm weird as hell too. Like,
Well, maybe that's why you're interviewing me right now. Maybe that's why it's catching on, like it's clicking. I mean, shit. When I saw you though, I mean, but just to
now I got the same question for you though. Actually, what was your initial impression of me?
I was just gonna say, do they really want to do this? And that was a question based on you and whoever was around you at that point in time. Do they really want to do this?
Like as far as hiring me?
Or as far as being on the next level?
Mm.
Do they really want to do this? Because I mean, me and my boss, he took me out of the way to be introduced and everything to make sure everything copacetic and everything runs accordingly. So in my head, he gonna ask me, "What do you think?" Of course, he asked me, "What do I think?" And my thing was, I don't go off anybody's what they say, this and that. I don't go off of it. I go off my fucking gut feeling when I'm actually dealing with people. So I was like, "Do they really want to do it?" I mean, if my talent is at your disposal, you have 100% of my attention to get you to the next level. So yeah, I'm like, I didn't think nobody was weird. I'm thinking like, damn, they got left bold.
Oh yeah, listen, they did us. Listen, we ain't gonna get into details, but the workers, those of us that worked at that particular location, they did us bold. They just like we got left hanging in the wind for a minute with no clue as to what was going on.
And another thing, I didn't appreciate the way they were talking to y'all either. But y'all was walking around looking like, yes, sir.
Listen, man, at the end of the day, I was there for a paycheck to pay my bills.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you want to go to the next level, then I'm like, okay, are they willing to do it? Still, I would have beefed the shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like I was there, I would have beefed the shit up. But to each their own and stuff, and people find their own path. But I just want to be, at the end of the day, I sleep good because I know I did my best.
That's all any of us can do, man, is did I give forth my best effort today?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I got some more stuff in the making. I'm trying to figure out like what's your schedule looking like for the next week?
For the next week, my schedule's pretty open in the evenings for the next week.
Okay, cool. Because I got some shit in the making. And you bring something to light. Like I'm gonna send you the episode, but I'm gonna give you 3 days to watch it and come up with some more questions because they hit me up right now. Like, what's up? What we doing? So, you handle the questions and everything, and then I'm gonna make it happen.
All right, bet it up. Let me know.
All right, and then another thing too. Thanks for coming through too. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. When I realized this morning that I had tonight clear, I was like, yeah, let's see my dog.
For sure. And yeah, and for the record, I'm not offended. I am a fucking weirdo. You know that. You see my posts and every fucking thing.
Listen,
I
man.
say it's true. Everything I say.
Listen, man. Have you seen some of the shit I be posting?
Yeah, motherfucker. That's why I was like, damn it, you gotta feel what the fuck I'm saying. Yeah.
Like,
but yeah, this been 1,000. You subscribed, right?
Yep. Oh damn. Thanks. You just reminded me. I got to re-download YouTube because it's an iPhone now. You know, YouTube don't automatically come on iPhone.
You fancy now. All right. Only reason I would get an iPhone is just for the video quality.
It was for free. Listen, when I went up to T-Mobile, because I was tired of waiting on Boost because Boost kept spinning me on my replacement phone. And they was like, look, we can give you a Galaxy, but you're going to have to pay for it, or you can take this survey and get a free iPhone 11. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and take that free 11.
I would be like, scratch, yes.
I didn't even look at the questions. I was just circling it.
Exactly, yes. Hell yeah. That's a no-brainer.
A free phone? Like, yeah, I'm going to save that few $100.
Right. I got 2 lines still to this day. One for the podcast. I'm going to hit you up for the line for the podcast, too. Like, if anybody want to get involved and everything, like any comments or anything like that, then they hit that. And then I got my other phone over here attached to my lighting and stuff. So It's gonna be great, man. But just make sure you subscribe and load it. It's Dooley Harris. You can't miss it.
Yep.
All
Let's
one
get
word.
it, man. All one word.
But
Listen,
yeah, man.
man.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, listen, man, these podcasts, like when I go and watch them, and especially when I'm able to jump on them, man, these be the highlight of my day sometimes, a lot of the times.
Well, that's what everybody does. But you know, people get busy, people fall off, and then people do other stuff. But that's the highlight of mine. That's the highlight of my fucking week. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
Like,
man,
go ahead.
I love good dialogue.
You created good dialogue today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Keep that in mind. Because I thought I was gonna be like, what happened to you as a baby? Yeah, I was kidnapped and they at a laundromat. They made me put on a fucking dress, a nightgown and shit, and then I got rescued and shit. Yeah. So we go there. So that's cool.
Listen, listen. If that was the answer, I'm glad we didn't go there.
Right. Because I was like,
let's try not to traumatize your constituents.
Man, everybody goes through worse shit. I promise.
I don't know.
Hey, no, I don't know. I'm not trying to
get kidnapped and made to put on a Barney dress. That's a.
It was a nightgown.
Oh, a nightgown.
Yeah, I was put on a stoop.
A stoop.
Like in Brooklyn, they got stoops.
Oh man.
Yeah, but yeah, that's fucking hilarious, man. I'm finna smoke and laugh at this shit. I'm gonna fast forward to the end once I download it and laugh like a motherfucker.
Listen, man, I might just make the end of it a clip and save it to my phone. This last little 10-minute conversation.
Man, that's fucking hilarious. Do it though. Do it and share it too. Most definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna end this out. Thank you. You was a lifesaver today, and I actually got out what I want to like say to certain people and stuff like that, like to everybody. So think about starting your own podcast one day. I'm finna end it on that.
All right.
All right.
All right, man.
All right, for sure. Good looks.
Yep, no problem.